Okay, I have a problem, and I want to share it with you. So, years ago, it used to be that at the end of the year, you could use an app to do this. At the end of the year, everyone would share their top 9, right? In the same way that people share their Spotify Wrapped or whatever. And all it did was, it would analyse your Instagram, and it would produce for you either a square format or a 4x5 format, where it would show you your top 9 most liked photos from the year, and then it might say something at the bottom, something like, it might have like your username, and it would say, I don't know, mine got something like 1,300 likes, which would be hearts, terrible hearts, for I don't know, 200 posts, yeah? And that was it. And I took part in this every year, yeah. Up until 2019. And then, in 2020, because we'd had such a year, I wanted to do something a little bit different. So I used my top 9, and then I went and found the original pictures, and I created a short video that would have been, it was a 16 by, well, it was a 9 by 16, and I think in it it would have each photo in sequential order, and I used all of my favourite songs from the year sort of blended in together to create this mashup, kind of summarising my year. It might have been something like 1 to 2 minutes, yeah? And I liked that, nice little projects. I think what I did was I showed my top 9 and my favourites. Right? Is that what I did? Yeah. So in 2021, okay, we've gone from this to this. Let's expand further, yeah? Which might have been, which I think this was the peak. This is where I peaked on it. So what I did was, I didn't bother with this. I simply went through and I made, say, a list of featured memories. Significant moments. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? And then I did a mix of photos and videos, and it was, and most things photographed and filmed that year were also vertical for social media, so they're all 9 by 16. And we invested some money in this, so I bought Final Cut Pro, and that was $250, and what else do we? Oh, Epidemic Sound, whatever that is, I pay per year. This, of course, takes, roughly 5 minutes. This took like a day. Suddenly, if I was spending this much on software and pulling together all of these moments, the reason I bought Epidemic Sound was because if I was doing all this work, I didn't want to then post it and have it muted or copyrighted because I used, you know, my favourite music as I did the year before. And this took about a month. So it actually got posted like February of 2022. Okay? And like I say, I think that's my favourite. Oh, and so if this was, you know, this is a post, you'd look at it for however long you want. But it's, you know, it's visible in Flash. This was, like, say, 1 to 2 minutes. This one was 20 minutes long. Which is fine. People can spare 20 minutes. When I go back and look at it, I'm happy to spend 20 minutes to watch the highlights of my year. Then came 2022. Now, I made a pretty long list of everything. Excuse my handwriting. Everything. And each segment was anything from like 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, that's bad. Right. This time, I made the conscious choice of, like, if I rewatch these in the future, I want these to be viewed properly. So thankfully we were back to 9:16. And we're doing 1080. It took 3 months, maybe more, to put together, and it was 90 minutes long. And the mistake see. The mistake was that it was no longer just highlights. It was everything. And that's why it took so long. It took so long to put together. Now, don't get me wrong, it is a brilliant video, but even I never find the time to sit down and rewatch it. Maybe in 10, 15, 20 years it'll be entertaining to myself at least. Maybe my kids will find it interesting to see what we got up to. And we got up to a lot that year. But I missed the mark. The mark is that it should be a highlight reel. What I should do is I should make a highlight reel, and then each thing that I enjoy from it can become its own video at some point. But I didn't do that. I showed everything. So naturally, we got to the end of 2023. And I wrote down a long list again. And it took so much work. I think I restarted it 3, maybe 4 times. That I never finished it. To give you an idea, we're currently sat in April 2026. This should have come out in the beginning of 24. It's now 2 years overdue, and I never got around to it. And I kind of hate that, because once you stop, very quickly it falls behind, which means I've never done one for 23, there's nothing for 2024, there's nothing for 2025, and I'm about to have probably one of the biggest years of my life in 2026. And will I be able to put one together? I should be able to, but I worry I won't, because I'd rather make sure I get these done first. So, part of the problem with that is that I film all these things with everything that we have. And it becomes a lot. So, I end up with these long lists of projects. That one, not done. That one, halfway done. I actually did do that one. I've done a third of that. I think I did do that one. I have not done that one. I have not done that one. Or that one. Nope. I'm going to say no. 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 Nope. 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 Can leave those out. I've not done that, but that'd be a good one to do. Not done that one. Or that one. Or that one. Or that one. I have done that one. Cool, so what, three? Three have been done? This has been sat on above my desk, hung up, for like 3 years now. And like I say, that has now become a problem. I have all these projects started, they're well organised, I just don't find the time to do them. So what I would like to do is go back through and maybe even if today I just create the plan for the 2023 one, at least it's something. So that's what we're going to start on today.